Welcome to AEHelp.com's IELTS test preparation videos. You will now see a candidate from India score a Band 9 perfect score for his performance on the speaking interview. For this lesson, we have partnered with Cambly, a world-class app that lets you connect with a native English-speaking tutor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Simply download the app and begin improving your speaking. Cambly has been generous enough to give this discount code AEHelp25 for people residing in India to get a 25% discount from their 3-month package. Also, use this link found in the stream description to pay just 99 rupees for your first 15 minutes of trial lesson. Download and use Cambly today. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking part of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this section. What is your full name?
My given name is Darpan and my family name is Patel. Please just call me Darpan.
Okay, Darpan. May I see your identification?
Yes, sure. This is my passport which I use for the registration.
Okay. Thank you.
What?
For part 1, I will ask you a few questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I do. I like collecting and tasting different types of tea, not just from India but from other parts of the world as well. Yes, just yesterday I bought a very unique Japanese green tea.
What is your favorite sport?
Like many other Indians, my favorite sport is cricket. I both enjoy watching it on TV and playing it with my friends on weekends.
Let's talk about mobile apps. How often do you use apps on your phone?
I use apps all the time. For example, there are a variety of apps that I have on my phone. So I would say at least 10 times a day, if not more.
What app do you use most often?
I guess it would be WhatsApp, simply because of all the messages that I give and I get and send to my family and my friends. I would say I use it at least 6 to 7 times a day.
Do you play any games on your phone?
Yes, I have to admit that I'm a bit addicted to playing PUBG, which is an online multiplayer battle royale game. I play it to take my mind off some stress, and I just played a bit of PUBG last night to help get my mind off the exam today.
Have you paid for any apps? If yes, why?
Yes, in fact, I've paid for an app called Academic IELTS app. I paid for a few months back, and it has a huge library of videos, strategies, and instructions which help me improve my English and communication skills.
How have apps improved over the past 10 years?
Well, I guess during the last decade, the apps have improved drastically. For example, their complexity, the user interface, and their functions have got a lot better. For example, the Academic IELTS app, it integrates my web account and provides a dynamic learning experience.
If you could make an app for your phone, what would it be?
Well, that's $1 million question. If I could make an app, I would make a useful tool where one could sell this dust collector. Thereby, I mean an app where people could trade their items without money. I would call it Barter Me.
That's the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, here is a card with some questions, a pencil note paper. You will have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card, think about your answers, take notes in that time if you wish, and then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, then your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Go ahead, turn the card. Darpan, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
Okay. One of the most courageous people that I know is my elder sister Neera. She works as an emergency room nurse at Apple Hospital, and she dedicates her time helping others in critical conditions. So she is 165 centimeters tall. She has short hair but a beautiful smile. She is slim but strong. In fact, she goes running every day, which helps her keep healthy and fit, which makes it easy for her to assess the doctors and the patients in needs as well. She is super energetic too. She wakes up at 5 a.m. in the morning and she keeps going till the midnight. She has a husband and 2 kids as well, and she takes care of them as well. During the current time, she is under a lot of stress because of the COVID-19 situation, where she risks her own health and getting affected while treating the patients. And she's courageous in the sense that she is not afraid of intense situations where she is helping patients who have just come out of an intense car accident. I haven't got a time to talk to her a lot these days as she is so busy. If I could, I would ask her how she maintains her cool during these times, and also some tips on how to stay healthy and avoid the contagion.
Okay, I'll stop you there. Your time is up. Please pass back the card with the questions and the note, paper, pencil. Yeah, thank you. And now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about courage.
Okay.
What are some different ways that people can be brave?
As I mentioned in the second part of the exam, people can be brave when they are helping others. For example, nurses, doctors, firemen and women, and police officers as well. We can also take the example of fearless athletes like rock climbers and deep sea divers.
Which of these takes the most courage and why?
Well, all of these activities take a certain amount of courage, but if I had to choose, it would probably be the ones where people venture into the unknown, like astronauts and deep sea divers.
Some people think that being brave is often also being foolish. Why do people say this?
Well, you can be brave and be foolish as well, where you risk your own life and the life of others unnecessarily.
Can you give some examples of that?
For example, teenagers who act dumb when they jump off cliff into water just to record themselves and drive fast on public roads.
How has technology had an influence on people's bravery?
I guess there are a few machines and equipments like GoPro, which helps people record themselves when they're doing these crazy activities and spread it around the world. And I can think of machines like F1 cars and jets, which helps people go dangerously fast.
Why are people so driven to create technology which elicits fear, such as fast cars?
I guess people want to both push their physical and mental capabilities to see what extent they can go to.
Let's talk about self-sacrifice. What are the common reasons that people sacrifice their health and safety?
In case of my elder sister Neera, who's a nurse, she sacrifices her health or the chance of getting infected to help others. And F1 car drivers can sacrifice their own safety in order to impress others or be the best.
Is this always good?
No, it's not always good, as we can take the example of fearless teenagers who jump off a cliff or drive dangerously fast. It's not needed.
How can people minimize risk when placing themselves in harm's way to help others?
It's an interesting and important question. Example, my sister Neera, she runs regularly and she keeps herself updated on the most current news and science, so people can stay fit, strengthen and build their body and keep an ear to the ground.
What can society do to help with this?
Communities can get together and they can build infrastructure to stay fit for bikes and running paths, and the government can build information mediums like radio towers and communication satellites as well.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking portion of the exam. Darpan, you will have your mark in about 2 weeks' time with the other sections.
Okay.
Have a great rest of your day. Please make sure to take your passport with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Bye.
So why does Darpan deserve this Band 9 for his speaking interview? Is his English language perfect? No. Come on, there's really no such thing as perfect speaking. Is his English language an expert level user? Yes, absolutely. Darpan clearly has his own style of diction. He uses certain expressions and words, like example, that are unique to his style of speech. However, this is not an awkward diction in the English language. Darpan sounds natural. In fact, when we transcribed Darpan's speaking using the AI of YouTube to do the subtitles, the captions in the video, it was nearly a perfect transcription, meaning that YouTube and Google were able to recognize Darpan's English as not only native English, but also as very clear English. This is one way that you can test the accuracy and level of your English. Create a short video, upload it to your YouTube channel, and then check the AI automatic captions. If the captions show the same words and sentences that you said in your video, you have good speaking skills. If you're seeing a lot of awkward and different phrases and vocabulary, this means you need to work on your grammar and your vocabulary. YouTube's AI can recognize certain grammatical patterns used in the English language. Again, when we used the caption AI of Google for Darpan, it was nearly perfect. This reflects his expert level of English. So why is this? What does Darpan do so well? The reason IELTS examiners would give Darpan a Band 9 for his performance, as well as a nearly perfect transcription by Google, is because he uses grammar and vocabulary accurately. He has broad lexical resource. You will notice that he uses a variety of words to express similar ideas, as well as idiomatic language. Specifically, you will notice that he uses clear pronunciation. Sure, he has a bit of an Indian English accent, but all of his words are comprehensible. Furthermore, whenever Darpan makes a mistake in his speech, he's very quick and natural to go back and correct, almost seamlessly. This is exactly what native speakers do in real-life, everyday conversation. Of course, Darpan clearly comprehends all of the questions and gives lots of detailed answers with explanations and examples. This is what you need to do the next time you sit your IELTS exam to get these high band scores. Keep practicing and you will get there. Good luck on your next test. For over 100 hours of video lessons, a fully interactive course, and 6 original practice exams, visit and join our premium package at aehelp.com. Also, download and link your app, Academic IELTS Help. Begin learning for success today. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And click our IELTS Hero to join our premium package and get access to all of our videos, practice exams, and a fully interactive course.